Crash course on history of Jews and why did Hitler hate the Jews? The history of Jews is a complex and multifaceted story that spans more than 4,000 years. It is a tale of persecution, diaspora, survival, and resilience, marked by moments of great achievement and great tragedy. In this crash course, we will explore some of the key moments in Jewish history, as well as some of the stories and examples that have helped shape the Jewish experience. Origins of the Jewish people. The Jewish people trace their origins to the ancient land of Canaan, which is now modern-day Israel and Palestine. According to the Hebrew Bible, the patriarch Abraham was the first Jew, who made a covenant with God that his descendants would become a great nation. Abraham's son Isaac and grandson Jacob, later renamed Israel, continued the tradition, and their 12 sons became the founders of the 12 tribes of Israel. Babylonian exile. One of the most significant events in Jewish history was the Babylonian exile, which occurred in the 6th century BCE. After conquering the kingdom of Judah, the Babylonians exiled the Jewish people to Babylon for 70 years. During this time, the Jews maintained their faith and identity, despite living in a foreign land. The Holocaust. The Holocaust was a tragic period in Jewish history, during which 6 million Jews were killed by the Nazis during World War II. The Holocaust had a profound impact on Jewish identity and culture, as it brought to light the danger of anti-Semitism and the need for Jewish self-determination. Creation of Israel. After centuries of living in diaspora, the Jewish people were finally granted a homeland in 1948, when the State of Israel was established. This event marked a significant moment in Jewish history, as it provided a permanent home for the Jewish people and a symbol of Jewish unity and resilience. Jewish contributions to civilization. Throughout history, Jews have made significant contributions to civilization in a wide range of fields, including science, philosophy, literature, and art. Some notable examples include Albert Einstein, Sigmund Freud, Franz Kafka, and Marc Chagall. Jewish culture and traditions. Jewish culture and traditions are rich and diverse, with a long history of religious and secular practices. Some notable examples include the observance of Shabbat, the Jewish Sabbath, the celebration of Passover, which commemorates the Jewish exodus from Egypt, and the practice of Bar and Bat Mitzvah, which mark the coming of age of Jewish boys and girls. One particularly interesting story in Jewish history is the story of Esther, which is recounted in the biblical book of Esther. The story tells of a Jewish woman named Esther, who becomes queen of Persia and uses her position to save the Jewish people from extermination. The story is celebrated during the Jewish holiday of Purim, which is marked by festive celebrations and the reading of the Book of Esther. Another interesting example is the story of the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising, which occurred during the Holocaust. In 1943, the Jews of the Warsaw Ghetto staged a rebellion against the Nazis, which lasted for several weeks before they were ultimately defeated. Although the uprising was unsuccessful, it has become a symbol of Jewish resistance and courage. Why did Hitler hate the Jews? Adolf Hitler's hatred towards Jews was based on his belief in an ideology called anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitism is a form of prejudice or discrimination against Jews, based on the belief that Jews are a distinct race or ethnic group that is inferior to other races. Hitler believed that the Jews were a threat to the Aryan race, which he believed was the superior race of people. He viewed the Jews as a dangerous force that was responsible for many of the world's problems, including economic hardship, political instability, and social unrest. Hitler's anti-Semitic views were fueled by a number of factors. First, he was influenced by the writings of anti-Semitic authors and intellectuals, such as Houston Stewart Chamberlain and Richard Wagner, who promoted the idea of the Aryan race as superior and the Jews as a corrupting force. Second, Hitler was deeply affected by Germany's defeat in World War I and the economic hardships that followed. He blamed the Jews for Germany's defeat and the economic crisis that followed, claiming that they were involved in a conspiracy to undermine the German economy and political system. Third, Hitler used anti-Semitic propaganda to rally his supporters and gain political power. He portrayed the Jews as a threat to the German people and promised to rid Germany of what he called the Jewish menace. Hitler's anti-Semitic beliefs led to the persecution and ultimately, the genocide of 6 million Jews during the Holocaust. This remains one of the darkest chapters in human history, and serves as a reminder of the dangers of hatred, prejudice, and discrimination. In conclusion, the history of Jews is a complex and multifaceted story that is marked by moments of great achievement and great tragedy. Despite centuries of persecution and diaspora, the Jewish people have maintained their faith and identity, and continue to make significant contributions to civilization. Here a poem to memorize the genocide of 6 million Jews during Holocaust. The darkness came, a cloud of fear. And hate and violence filled the air. The innocent were marked with shame. Their lives forever changed, never the same. The sound of boots, the crack of whips. The cries of children, the silence of lips. 6 million souls, lost in the night. Their memory shines forever bright. The world stood by, and watched in pain, as the flames of hatred consumed again. But we will not forget, we will not let it die. Their memory will live on, their stories we will amplify. We honor those who suffered and died. Their bravery and strength we cannot deny. And we vow to fight for justice and peace, so that their sacrifice will never cease. Their memory will live on, in our hearts and our souls. We will not forget, their stories will be told. And though the darkness may come again, we will stand together, and bring the light in. ******. Start planning your next global adventure with ease and convenience with Booking.com as a great choice to plan your next trip. You can find and book flights, hotels, cars, and local attractions all in one place, and their price match guarantee ensures you're getting the best deal. Thank you for kind support our AnHub Metaverse channel, and please watch more interesting videos here.